What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to show you how I almost lost $4,000 with Twitter today. Um, Luckily, I was able to. Well, first of all, I had a small amount of shares. Well, at least for me, small enough, and the price only went up $2, which is a lot. I mean, 2,000 shares and $2, that's $4,000. That's basically what I almost lost. I also made money with United Airlines, but usually I like to use brackets. I like to buy 30 cents using brackets. But because I switched from one company to the other company, I basically went from Snapchat to United. Um, my brackets just didn't work there. For somehow, instead of getting 30 cents or 50 cents, I ended up getting $1. And when I bought United, the price kind of went up. Actually, went up all the way to 1,400, which that's basically what I usually get. And I stopped trading. But because I didn't have the brackets, the price went up and came down, went up, came down, and that's when I decided, okay, it's time for me to get out. And from 1,400, I ended up with 586. So let me get let's get going. But before that, I need you to read this for me. That's right. Be responsible. All right. This is Snapchat. I'm gonna fast forward the video this way. We don't drag this video because I was in front of the screen for 4 hours, but I'm trying to make these videos as fast as possible. So this is United. As you can see, the volume was not very, but it was pretty strong, and that's when I decided, okay, I need to jump in, but my brackets messed me up. Trying to pay attention to the brackets and thinking that the price was going to go higher and higher, I ended up only making 586 bucks. So here we go. As you can see, I had selected 50, or I had from the previous company, I had selected 50 cents, and I decided that I was going to buy 50 cents. Using brackets, I was going to get 50 cents. I only needed 50 cents. And when I click on the buy button, I ended up with $1. So I got in with 52.48. And as you can see, the line all the way at the top, the red line, it's at 53.48. It looks like it says 53.50, but it's 53.48. So as you can see, the price just went up, and then it came down. But it was kind of bouncing up and down, and that's when I decided to cancel my brackets, because at this point I needed to basically close this transaction, or get out by doing it myself, obviously manually. If you have your brackets open and you try to buy or try to sell, it'll just add to what you have. So as you can see, the price it was 1300, 1470. That was enough for me, but no brackets, so there was no stop. And as a regular, normal human being, I thought, okay, it's just gonna keep going up, and it didn't. And that's when I got up because I panicked. I thought it was. My indicators were saying it's going down, so I got up. 596 bucks in what? I don't know, less than 20 minutes. Not bad. However, once I went with Twitter, Twitter did a nasty. It did a nasty. on me. When I got in, I noticed Twitter was coming down, or the price was going down. So I immediately went and I shorted 1,000 shares because everything was telling me that the price was going down. Well, was I wrong? And on top of that, there was just one news with Twitter where some group from the Republican side, they were trying to get the owners of Twitter to consider what Elon Musk is trying to offer them. And I was like, I don't think that's a big news. But apparently it was, because from this point on, look, I had 1,000 shares here. From this point on, the price just took off. You see? Then when the price started coming down again, I added another 1,000. So I had 2,000 shares shorting Twitter. And take a look at what happened at this point. Oh boy, look at that. Oh yes. Look at my money just going away, flying away. Okay, so I paused the video here because I don't want to keep recording, 4 hours of me looking at the screen. But basically, it went up a little bit more. It went up to 49.73. I actually sold half at 49.66. And then as soon as I sold, of course, the price started coming down because that's what I needed, right? But I had already sold half of it. So I decided, okay, let me short another 1,000. So it was a total of 2,000 shares, and I just waited and waited, and the price just started coming down, and I was able to kind of recoup what I've lost. I was very tempted to get out here because, at this point I had $969 lost. Plus, I already had made 586 from United, and I thought I'm just going to lose 300. But wait, what if there's more? I thought the price was going to go down again, and it didn't. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? It's probably better for me to just stop and get out and turn these off, because 1309, it's a lot of money. So I sold, and I ended up with a loss of 1329. But remember, I was up here, and my loss was, well, this one says 3,150, 183. But believe me, it went all the way up to $4,000. You can do the math. So I was just like really, really bored. I'm like, man, today's Friday, and now I gotta, add to my spreadsheet that I lost $1,300, and it just didn't feel good. But this happened. This little move happened, and I thought, okay, people want this stock to go up, so I waited a little bit longer. Excuse me. I wanted to see if the price would go over 48.75. I wanted to see if it would go over the 200 SMA. But it wasn't. It wasn't until this happened. I was just staring at the screen, sort of crying. Once I noticed that one bar went through the 200 SMA, and the second bar, or the bar after, was still green, and it was kind of solid, and the volume was up, I decided to jump in with 5,000 shares for 30 cents, and that's basically what saved the day. And here's what I did. I was freaking out because I didn't want this price to keep going down. Luckily, I noticed that um, the volume was very strong, so I just waited and waited and waited, and then about 5 minutes later, and as you can see, it kept pushing up, and eventually it just hit my limit, and I was able to get 30 cents with 5,000 shares, and I ended up actually making just a little bit of money. Come on, chart. I was breathing hard over here because I'm like, oh no, this is about to go down again. But it just changed. Boom, went back to green, and it just took off from there. Look at that. Like a rocket. Now, don't do what I did. If you short and the price goes the other way, do what you got to do, but don't let your money just go up and not knowing when it's going to stop. I did it because I could stomach, you know, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 dollars lost in one day. I can probably lose that money. It won't feel good, but I'll be all right. If you're just starting, don't play like that because you will empty you will destroy your account and you end up with no money. So 172 and 1 and 586 from United. That's how much money I made today. Not impressive, but at least it was green, and I'm very grateful and thankful that I didn't lose the 4,000 or the 1,300 that I show you in the video. All right, guys, that's all I needed. That's all I had for you guys today, and I hope you liked the video. Talk to you later. Bye.